What's up, ladies and gents? Sinister1, your host, back at you with the penultimate mission 4. That is right, Sniper Elite Resistance. This is mission number 7, Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels. But again, as always, 19 collectibles to get. We have our kill list target, which we're going to take out with poison. We have 2 optional objectives here to eliminate the snipers and destroy the launch site, and then, of course, the main mission. This is a very tough mission, especially the ending. I was very surprised I was able to get through it nice and stealthy with 0 alarms, as always. That is always the main goal, is 0 alarms. We're going to have to take out people during this mission. There's going to be a total of 3 targets to take out because it's part of the optional objective, but not part of the main objective. But you're going to want to take those guys out, as they do cause problems when you're playing on Authentic, because they can snipe you from across the map. So we're going to do our normal kind of zigzag pattern, except this time we're going to go more of a clock kind of a clockwise pattern all the way around, and then end up in the middle, because once you get to the middle, then you're going to have to go forward, so there's no reason in changing it up like this. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and of course, don't forget to leave a like and comment and let me know what you think of the walkthrough. It's go time.
Hawker, so far you have destroyed the means of manufacturing the nerve agent Kleiner Blumer, and played a vital role in leveling Otto Kruger's warhead assembly site. Unfortunately, all the warheads had been extracted by rail before your arrival, thanks to the machinations of Kruger and Special Committee C. Analysis of the railway network map you acquired has determined that, against all odds, the last remaining Kleiner Blumer stockpiles have been sent to the Vallée de Dieu vineyard. London has reason to believe that this was once a V1 launch site, and since aerial photography has failed to confirm this theory, well, there is speculation that the V1 site may be below ground. V1 flying bombs alone are capable of mass devastation, but equipped with Kleiner Blumer, the Allies would be defenseless against such an attack. If our suspicions prove correct, Hawker, do whatever it takes to stop the Kleiner Blumer from being deployed. Good luck.
This is where the Kleiner Blumer warheads were sent to. A suspected V1 launch site. Is this where the trail ends? Is this the final step in Kruger's scheme?
Alright, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is grabbing 2 stone eagles. We usually always get stone eagles at the very beginning. It just ends up being that we can get 2 out of the 3 first here. So we have a motorcycle that, as you can see, is doing its rounds, but it stops periodically to get out and do other stuff like that, so we can continue to move forward. So one of the biggest things I wanted to mention for this beginning part is make sure that the weapons you do have equipped, especially your sniper rifle, that you, for a little bit of this mission, when you're taking out your targets, you want to switch to subsonic. Subsonic rounds allow you to be able to have even less noise when you're using your sniper rifle, but we're also going to use the environment to take out some of those elite kills as well when needed. So here is the first Stone Eagle. They're not too difficult to shoot. They're pretty close to each of the increments when it comes to your distance markers, so not too difficult. Here is the first one. It's going to be at the main area where kind of our main mission is supposed to go, but we won't get into that location until much, much later. So the second Stone Eagle is actually going to be over by the windmill. There's a few different locations that you can take it out from, but you can do it from here, and it's probably going to be your safest bet because you're not going to have any enemies close enough to be able to hear you. Again, make sure that you have your weapons equipped correctly. I haven't really been showing any of that, but just have whatever you can that allows you to be heard less closer. So you'll be able to, you know, put different things on your rifles that will make the sound less. So that is always the goal that we go for, and subsonic rounds are the best way to do that. They do the least amount of damage, but when you're going for Stone Eagles, that's not really that big of a problem. And as long as you hit headshots, you'll always be able to take out an enemy, no matter subsonic or not. So I'm just kind of continually look out for the motorcycle, but the motorcycle doesn't actually come back in this way. It just goes back in the opposite direction. So Again, the binoculars are a little weird because you can't zoom in. It has an automatic zoom, so it kind of takes you really zoomed in, so you have to kind of work your way around. But also, one of your elite snipers that you need to take out is going to be inside that windmill as well. And once we get over there, we'll take him out for a more of a melee style kill, as it's a little tougher shot to do from here. I don't even know if you can actually do it. You probably could if you angled correctly, but we have some collectibles to pick up in this area. And of course, as you saw, I waited until the noise was going on for both of those shots just to make sure that nobody heard me. So we're going to pick up a collectible inside one of these buildings here, and then we're going to zip line over to where the next area is, so we can pick up some more collectibles and then get to that windmill. So get down here because you want to make sure that this guy on the right doesn't see you when he turns around there. And then you're going to get close enough to two guys that will start their conversation, and you need to wait, obviously, for that conversation to end. And at that point, we're going to make our way into the building where they're right in front of, and pick up a collectible, and then start to make our way towards this left area here and use that zip line.
Ja, die Starts machen es irgendwie kaputt. Diese V1-Raketen sind alles andere als ruhig. Na los, sehen wir mal, ob wir noch ein paar Flaschen aus dem Keller holen können.
Noch mehr Wein? Ich bin das Zeug so leid, ich würde alles für ein ordentliches Bier geben.
Was?
So once you have that collectible, we're going to move out and back around through the window, and then we're going to head over to the left side from the window and then keep continuing to the left, and then we're going to head up this little embankment here, and we're going to use that zip line that's straight ahead of us. Now there's a guard that does patrol up in this area, so just watch out for him and make sure he's not directly in the vicinity. And as soon as you get on this zip line, you're good to go. Enemies don't recognize you on here. Now directly to the left here first is going to be the challenge or the hidden item number, I believe it's... It always says challenge unlocked first, but it is part of your hidden items, 1 of 3. And then we're going to take this vine up here, and we're going to grab the first workbench. There's also a lot of things inside here that you can pick up if you want. And you do want to make sure you pick those things up because they do give you different styles of ammo that you can use. Now, there are... other weapons that you can start to use. As you can see here, what I have equipped right now is the M1 Garand. And with a lot of unlocks, as the further we get in the game, we have way more weapons unlocked now. So we're just trying to get those numbers down as much as possible. And we're going to exit out this window. Just watch out for the 2 guards that are in this area. You should be okay. One of them is going to leave. The other one's just going to stay right around in there. And we're heading up now towards the windmill. So what this is a little tricky here. He's going to immediately turn to the left. Give him a second or two. And you can get over to this point before he has the chance to actually turn around and see you. So once that happens, get in here, slow down. It's very, very, the timing is very small, but should be enough for you to get in there. And then at this point, crawl instead of crouching because, you know, you just want to make sure that when you're moving, you're not making yourself a silhouette. So we're coming up on the windmill. That's where we shot the second stone eagle. So there's a few things to get inside this windmill. The first one's going to be a starting location. Again, it's not a collectible, but it is a starting location that you can grab. It's going to be right inside the windmill on the bottom floor. It'll be like this wood pile that you'll need to light up. Just be careful here because there are motorcycles and other things that are coming through these areas, so you do need to be careful as to not be spotted. And the second thing that we're going to do inside the windmill is go all the way up, because one of our optional objectives is to neutralize the 3 elite snipers. And they will essentially, we'll take them out naturally. Like, I'm not, like, trying to go over in their specific area to take them out. But it just so happens that when I do take them out, there's reasons for that. As we come up here, obviously we're picking up some collectibles, and the sniper is at the very top of the windmill. The second sniper is going to be across from where we're trying to get the kill list target, and he will snipe at you, so you need to take him out from afar. The third sniper, you can actually take him out closer, still using a sniper rifle with the subsonic ammo. So just wait until you have the perfect timing. As you can see, it's going to be a little tough to do from the front side. So my suggestion is to go from the back side. There is also a guard that patrols the back side, but it's only 1 as opposed to 2. So get inside here and grab these first of 2 extra starting locations. Remember, first one is automatically unlocked when you start the level. You can see where we are, and we're going to head up towards the kill target after we take out this sniper. Now, you don't have to do it from here. You can continue on with the mission and then take him out from another location. But since you're right here, you might as well go ahead and head to the top and take him out all nice and stealth-like. So once we are clear, we're moving on out. Just move slowly. You can see the building ahead is where the kill list target is. Enter in here to the right. You just need to continually make sure that nobody is looking, because it can be kind of tough to climb this vine without someone peeking a look. So just always be on your guard and just make sure no one is looking directly towards the vine and get up there. Now, the next thing about this is where we're going to take out the second sniper. So the game doesn't automatically tell you where the snipers are. They just give you a vicinity of where it is. So once you climb down here, if you want, you can go ahead and get into some cover first, and then take out the sniper. I recommend to do that, so don't go over this thing here first, because this is where we need to go for the kill objective. But you're immediately going to turn around. So because of what I did, the sniper saw us, so I have to be a little sneakier. So as soon as we get out of this menu system here, come around to the other side, because the sniper will be able to see you from here. I know it looks like he wouldn't be able to, but once you see him move, you'll be able to see it on your TV, as long as you're playing on a bigger screen or you have good eyesight. Come back over here to the cover, and then you can see how far away he is, which is 199 meters. Perfect, because we can select 200.
And there's not any fool with a rifle. That's one of the
and then
rights
try
of
to
these.
land your shot. It might take you a few shots to get it, but it's not too bad, and you don't have to worry too much. Of course, wait until you know, the sound is muffled, and you should be good to go. Don't worry if you miss the first shot. Again, it's not going to cause an alarm or anything like that. But it did take us 2 shots just because it's a very, very tough shot to get from this angle. But there you go. Now we can move on to our kill list objective. Again, there's only one objective once you get to that middle area here. Everything else is side content that you don't need to really worry about. So you can make these missions a lot shorter than what I'm doing. But since we're grabbing 100%, well, obviously that's not the case. So once you come in here, now the game doesn't tell you this yet, but the conditions for you to take out the kill list target is going to be to use poison. So we're going to distract these 2 guys in here, and then we're going to turn directly around and grab this poison vial here, and then we're going to make our way back out, and then we're going to head over to the building that we need to go. So really, essentially what you would do in this situation is the first time you go through here, you're going to get close to your kill target, and then you're going to listen in on a conversation that they have, and he's going to tell you that maybe I should poison him, you know, like, because he likes wine. It kind of gives you the opportunity and says, I need to find some poison, you know, that kind of thing. So then you come back into this room and do it. But since we already know, you know, what we're doing, we don't need to do that, and we can grab the poison first. I heard that there was, or some people on the channel told me early that there was a bug that if you didn't listen to the conversation first, you couldn't get the poison, or you couldn't put the poison into the cup. So that's obviously either been fixed or yeah, it worked for me, so that's all I can say. There's the officer out there.
Made at this vineyard.
Jawohl.
I poisoned some of that
Ich sehe nach,
drunk.
was da los ist.
A little wine's poisoned. Just need to ring the dinner bell and let Aldo take a sip of his vino. After everything he's done, I hope it hurts.
Alright, so we need to grab a collectible that's up here, which is why I'm not ringing the bell yet.
Vielleicht wäre es besser, wenn ich selbst eine Flasche suche.
So grab this personal letter, and then he's going to follow you up here already. As you can see, he's already done with this conversation and headed into the house. So just hide in this corner here. Again, if you don't care about the specific challenge way of taking him out, then you can just take him out in this room and you'll be good to go. He does have a guard that follows him, but that guard stays in this window the entirety of the rest of the game. So you really don't have to worry about him. But he comes up the stairs, only the guard comes in. And I turned to Subsonic because this guy is a piece of poo.
Riese. His file says he's single-handedly responsible for the murder of dozens of resistance fighters. Fond of poison, apparently. Time for some payback.
And the reason I say that is because it mentions something about boys and kids, or children. So I was like, we're going to do a little more than normal to take him out. So give yourself just a second or two before you hit the bell, at least for me, because guard placements and things like that, you don't want the guard outside to see the body when he drops. But you should be okay, I think. I mean, the body drops in the exact same spot. Don't pick up the body yet. We're going to grab the body and take it somewhere, and it's because I want to have a little fun with him. Not in a weird way, just in a good hero kind of way. That's right. Take a little sip of that grandpa's cough medicine. That's good. Good. Yeah, really good. Now go and have a great day, sir. And he just falls down like that. So don't pick him up just yet if you're doing what I'm doing. Wait, because this guy will see you pick him up, but as long as you don't pick him up, he won't see you. So just wait till he starts to turn around. You got plenty of time. No rush. And there you go. Now we can pick him up. What we're going to do is we're going to throw his body out this window. You do need to hurry here, as you'll see the timing was very critical for us. Come over here to this little patch of grass and immediately drop him and get down. And you'll see why. There's a guard coming. Of course, the animations have to play out first, but luckily we made it just in time. No, you don't have to do this. You don't have to hide his body or anything like that. I just wanted to do it for me because I didn't like the guy. So as soon as that happens, that's why we switched to subsonic, so we could have his body right here. Locate his head, which is 3 feet above his ass. And yeah, just do what you got to do. This guy's a piece of schnit. So, and we're going to booby trap his body just in case anybody wants to come around. I don't care if that causes more bodies to be found. I just, you know, anybody finds his body, they're going to blow up too. So fun times had by all. We're going to make our way out. Just going to get to a point where we can show you the map and where we're going to be heading next. So where we're going to be heading next is either you can take straight or you're going to take right. We're going to take a right because there is a collectible that we need to pick up, and it's easier to pick that up instead of having to take the straight away and then come back around. So head to the right. Make sure nobody's looking, of course. You're good to go. Remember, you don't have to worry about that sniper all the way across because you took him out already. And there are no guards in this section right here. The only guard is directly above you, but he can't hear you run from this point because he's too far away. And as long as you're running and you don't see him, you're good to go. Head into here. This is the barn area, and then grab the personal letter. And then continue to move up. Make sure he's not looking. That's why we're slowing our roll a little bit. The house that we need to go to is the main objective to the right. We're not doing that. We're going to head to the left. And we're going to slow down a little bit here just to make sure no guards are looking. And because you have this guy who's going up the stairs, one's coming back in this direction. And where we're going is right directly inside, straight ahead. So get over here quickly because this guy on the bottom floor does quick turnaround, and the guy on the top kind of does a big circle. So he just goes down one stair, or up one stairs, down another, across, down one stairs, over, and repeats. So he will stand pretty close to you, but as long as you just, you know, make like a tree and be invisible, that doesn't make any sense. Or be still as a tree, I guess. He'll do a little turnaround, and he'll kind of do his circular pattern. All you got to do is wait for him, and then you can creep up on him. You can just do the creep. Ah. Do the creep. Ah. See if anybody can get that reference. Or see how many people's paying attention. We have a collectible inside this room, so just go to the right of him. He does his little thing where he's just going to continue to move to the right. He's like an opposite race car driver. Actually, no, he's a regular race car driver. Because he's going to the left. I got to learn my rights and lefts, don't I? All right, so we need to sabotage the site. There's a guard right there to the right. Perfect timing, like a glove. With just our silhouette in the shadow. I'm Snake Fisher. Third echelon. All right, so once we come into this room here, we're going to pick up another collectible. I believe it's a hidden item. And then we're going to make our way into the next area where we need to pick up another collectible. This is an old pocket watch. So instead of going to the spot where we need to do the optional objective, we're going to head to the spot to the right, or excuse me, the left of it, which is this little space right down here, because we have 2 collectibles to get. So we're going to run all the way over here. Remember, anytime you see me run, it's because I know I have the opportunity to run. I don't just run randomly. So don't just run randomly because you'll get shot immediately. But if you study these missions enough and you know what to do, when to move, then you'll be able to get away with those things. So head into this little bunker area here, and then we're going to go to the left. So we have a guy that we need to knock out, so we turn on our knockout ammo, just in case we would do it from far, but we're going to get up close and personal. So we're knocking him out, but there's going to be a guard that enters into this area, so we need to pick up his body. He also drops a key that we need to get into the safe, so that's why he's a mandatory knockout. Otherwise, we wouldn't even bother with him. Unless you want to go loud and proud, well then just use a satchel charge to break into the safe. Otherwise, you see what I do. Now, a lot of people ask, Strain, this is a Sniper Elite game. Why aren't you, ending people's lives? Trust me, I don't like the NAZ word of these folks. However, the game gives us an extra challenge to knock out or not take anyone out. And because of that, that is why we're only taking out the targets that we have to. If it wasn't for that, I would easily take out the targets. But when I play a game that specifically gives you a reason to A, not take anyone out, B, only do knockouts, I will go for that, because that means it's even more challenging. You know, how awful is it to be one of these guys and then have to answer to, you know, the almighty AH and say, he got the best of me, sir. And then, you know, we know he's going to get his comeuppance in the end anyway. So, you know, it's like a win-win. You know what I mean? So we're just waiting on this guy to come into the room and then turn around. Now, it's very possible he could have saw a silhouette of us. That's why he was kind of moving in that way. But he won't get a good glimpse of you, so you're still good to go. These walkthroughs are based off of alarms. Enemies can perceive you. This isn't a no perceivement walkthrough like my Splinter Cell games where I did the no perceivement, which was just downright stupid. This is because it's just there's too many open areas to do a no perceivement. I don't even know if that's possible, honestly. Go in here and grab the second workbench. Again, upgrade anything that you feel that you want to. It's totally up to you. Now we're going to head back out. Watch out for the guy. He's going to be coming in this direction, and head on to the next optional objective, which is to take out the rocket. So we need to sabotage the rocket. The first thing we're going to do is sabotage the rocket itself. Then we're going to sabotage the ramp and have everything blow up, which obviously means
one launch site. Can't take any chances.
Things are going to go loud and proud. Yeah, I'm Jason Statham.
Can't let the Nazis launch any more V1 rockets. Need to destroy their stockpile and launcher.
All right, so once we get over here, I'll bring up the map to show you where it is on the map so you know exactly where it is. And there are two objectives. You can actually see that they're marked. So you know what to do. You don't have to guess what this optional objective is. Come up here, and when you have a good, clear opportunity, make our way inside. And at this point, we're just really waiting around for him to kind of get in the area we need him to be in. Obviously, we're not going to distract him. We're not going to take him out. We just need to get on the other side of this rocket. So, I mean, if you're quick enough, you could probably do it before he turns. But it just really depends on when you get in here and where he's located. So he'll do a circle around. He can't see you from the other side of the rocket.
Rocket sabotaged. Need to sort out the ramp. Make sure it's an accident waiting to happen.
All right, so first stage is complete. Now it's time for the second stage. So what we're going to end up doing is head back into this area right there. You see that opening, and we're going to go in there and head to the left. This is the ramp. So what you need to do, it's not on this side. I know it might be a little confusing, but it's on the opposite side of where the ramp is actually heading. But you need to wait at least until that guy is going in the opposite direction. It's going to be over there. Once he's far enough, then you can go ahead and head through and then make your way to the left and head down the tunnel. This is one of those things where you'll need to turn the valve, and once you turn the valve, everything will be ready. There are two guards in the area that you need to watch out for, so wait till the timing is right. And the actual thing won't...
Bloom at the launch site, so they're not putting it on V1 rockets. Need to work out what they're doing with it.
Sorry, I try to let you guys, hear what he says when our main guy talks. Essentially, it won't blow up until you leave the area completely. So it'll just continue to stay just like this. There's no set time for you to leave. It's just as soon as the game says you've left the area, that's it. It'll blow up, and then you can keep going.
That should take care of the launch site. Need to get clear before it blows.
Once we make it out of there and we come over here, we'll be right in front of a building. Perfect for our next collectible. Like a glove. Now, you do need to be wary of where the guy in the tower is. He essentially moves in 4 locations, obviously. Here he's looking this way. Once he moves, you'll be able to move on, and there's going to be a bolt cutting location for us to use to get through here, and then we can continue over to the far side of the map, which is what we're going to need to do. However, timing wise and whatnot, you'll see that we're going to need to wait in this patch of grass up ahead, because the guy will come and see you. He doesn't stay very long in his patrol, so that's why you don't want to run just yet. Wait on him. But here I can show you where we're going to be heading next. We're going to be taking our location behind the main location over to the next blue area. We have a few optional objectives still left to do over there that we're going to finish up. Just got to wait for him. No enemies in this area either, so you can freely run. At least I was able to. Again, I don't know if it could have just been I had some real luck as far as where enemies were placed, but you can freely run here.
I'm sure London will be pleased to hear that this place can now be listed as a former launch site.
Now there is all types of entrances to get into the main location, but we still have a few things left to do before we get there. There's one guard in this area here. He just goes back and forth between the 2 locations. So once he gets on the right side, or if he just made it over to the left, then you can go right past him. Either way will work. Now, I wanted to explain something. So I recorded the rest of this like normal, but my recording got messed up and was all laggy. I don't know what happened. So I came back after I beat the mission to record this next part, and then I'll tell you when the original recording starts back up. So for the next part, for the next like about 3, 4, 5 minutes, this is strained from the future playing from this section right here. So this is where our main target is, or not main target, but our next sniper, the last one. And I'm going to show you how to take him out nice and stealth-like. So this is the new recording after I've already beat it. So you'll see a bunch of the collectibles and stuff that we get will say already acquired, because I've already beat the level at this point, and I had to go back once I was starting to edit the recording because it was like a slideshow for whatever reason. I think this part of the level I kind of glitched out and it messed up my recording, and then after this part of the level stopped, it just started working everything again. So it's kind of weird, but make our way back behind here, and then you can run after a good set of distance. If you can get over here quick enough, you can take the guy out super quick. Make sure you switch to your rifle and switch to subsonic, because you don't want anyone to hear. There's the elite sniper, but he moves a little too quick before I can line up the shot on him. So we're going to have to wait just a few extra seconds. You're going to just barely be able to see his head. Make sure you have your subsonic rounds on you, because it makes it to where no one is going to be able to hear this. And you can take him out without fear of causing a panic or alarm. Isn't it great how you're finally getting to see the mechanics of the game in the later missions? Because I've been so stealthy and I don't play the way a normal sniper elite player would probably play these. But there you go. Eliminate the elite snipers.
The last of them. Amateurs.
Amateurs. Right. I'm telling you. All right, so we're just going to run down here. No enemies right here until you get down into this field area. There's these 2 houses. Each of the house has something that you need. Or say one of them is a house, the other one is like a barn. You need to go to the attic of the barn. There's also the second and final optional starting point over here as well. So there's a total of 3 things that we're going to grab. Just 2 collectibles and 1 starting point. So this guy's going to head down, and then he's going to do a quick turnaround, and then he's going to start heading in the direction where we are and go right past us. Once he does that, and this guy goes in the other direction, then we can head in and to the left. What we're going to grab first is the workbench, the final workbench. right there, that little gate to the left is the starting point. Now, since I've already got it, when I do get it here and show it to you, nothing will show up because it's already been done and we already beat the level. Out of the level, like the ribbons don't show up again once you're outside of the level and come back in. Normally, even if you did a checkpoint, it would still show up if you got it already. But because we left, you know, that's why it doesn't. So grab the workbench, and we're going to wait on this guy here. Once he comes through, we're going to head back down the ladder and then head over to said gate and open it up with the bolt cutters, or you could pick the lock if you don't have any bolt cutters. Continue to the right. Open the gate, and then we're going to head inside and grab a hidden item. Again, that will open up the second alternate starting point. Now we're going to head inside here, and in here is going to be a hidden item, so just follow the guy. He's going to move to the right, or excuse me, the left. Man, I'm having a bad day with directions here. You need to head to the right and grab the hidden item. Follow him out. He's going to do a little turnaround to the back area, but you should be past him enough. The other guy is not looking. There's one guard all the way up here, but he shouldn't see you from that location, so you can move over here before he starts to move, get into here, and this is where the recording started working again. So this is where my normal gameplay will start to pick back up. So from this point, there is one thing we missed, and we didn't really miss it. It's just the way that the levels do themselves. It's much, much easier to grab this on the way back, if that makes sense. So you know where we took out the sniper, right? We're going to head right back to that location. And it's good that we do this because you want to enter from this side when you enter into the main house. You don't want to do it from the front. There's a lot of guards right in the front, and that provides a huge, huge challenge. And I actually did it. Believe it or not, I didn't find this collectible until I got
from down here on the ground
to the end of the level, towards the end of the level, and then saw that I was missing one. And I said, I could have swore I found everything. Well, it ends up this was the one that I missed, and it's inside this little place right here. So you just go inside here. Remember, we already took out the sniper, and there's still the guards out there, but come up here, head up into the attic here, and then pick it up. And then that's why this one will also say, I think, already acquired. And that's why it says 5 out of 5, even though technically we haven't picked up all the personal letters yet. So now we're just going to wait till the opportunity presents itself. We're going to head back to the left side. He will not see you from that far away, or he won't see you enough to be able to go into alert. Now we just got one guard here from the side of the building. This is the main building now that we need to enter to continue on with the main mission. All the side content is done at this point in the mission. So remember, you could have just easily came straight to here from the very beginning of the game, or beginning of the level, and you can complete this level probably within less than 5 minutes, technically. If you know where to go, yeah, you can do this level in probably 5 minutes. I could probably speed run this level in 5 minutes, especially if I start at that location we just unlocked. But here we're going to head upstairs. And you just need to watch out for one guy that guards the kitchen area.
Nazis aren't known for their subtlety, but Kruger and his cronies have been bloody good at hiding things, even from the Reich.
We're going to pass him, and we're going to wait at this door here on the left.
Es ist Eile geboten.
This officer and this guy are talking. He's going to mention that he's got a key. You need that key, unless you want to go loud and proud, which I don't.
Jawohl, natürlich. Nur autorisierte Personen erhalten Zutritt. Aber dürfte ich eine Frage stellen? Die Alliierten werden doch bestimmt vom Chateau erfahren, jetzt wo wir abschussbereit sind.
Ich habe den einzigen Schlüssel, aber uns kann niemand mehr aufhalten. Machen Sie Ihre Arbeit gut. Dann können Sie nach meiner Beförderung vielleicht in meiner Privatgarde arbeiten.
Natürlich. Sie können auf meine Wachsamkeit zählen.
So here is your second mandatory KO. And it's always the officers with the keys to the safe that we need. So we're going to pick up his body just to try to limit the amount of people that see bodies. But it really doesn't matter because we're going to do this big explosion later on. That's going to like... And we've already killed a bunch of people from the previous optional explosion and from the sniper. So it really doesn't matter, honestly. It's not going to cause an alarm. But pick up the collectible right there. It is a classified document. That's not the final classified document, I don't think. I think there's one more still that's down in the bottom area here. So once he turns around, we're going to go through this door, and then we're going to immediately head to the left here. There's these stairs that you can take. There's another way to get into right there via that little stairs there. But there's a guard out there that patrols, so it's just better to take these stairs. It'll take you right next to the to the collectible you're trying to get anyways.
Okay, Harry, think. Door's remotely locked, so there's got to be somewhere nearby where I can release it. Just need to find the controls.
All right, so now that is your final classified document there. So there's one guard that patrols this bottom area right here, so he's pretty easy to get around. Make your way over here. Now, you remember that guy that we distracted with the bottle when we went up the stairs to head into the kitchen? Well, this is the guy that's here, but he's looking in the forward direction, so we can just get right past him. You got to go this way because you need to get to the control room to open up the door. And you can either open up the door by placing a satchel on the door, which will cause obvious panic and commotion. Or we could do it nice and stealth-like because we did the mandatory KO with the officer and grabbed his key. There's also a hatch at the top, so there's possibly a third way in, but I never went up to that location where this hatch would be, so I'm not sure if you can get in via that hatch or if it's just a way to get out. So we're just really waiting on this guy to kind of turn around.
Okay, this looks like the place, but it's locked up tight. One of the officers might have a key, but I could always just
Open sesame.
Control room. One of these
There's the
switches
hatch.
must be worth a go.
Flip the switch to open the
Switch opened those doors
main
down
door.
there. Time to see what they're hiding, and make sure it never sees the light of day.
And follow back almost to exactly where it was that we came in here when we picked up the collectible. Just know that there is a guy patrolling. He's going to be down in the right there, but he'll be coming across, so you made perfect timing. I always try to drop down whenever there is something directly below me, either being a rail that I can land on so that I try not to take any damage from the fall. But once we enter the room, head down.
Warheads, but not for V1 rockets. For something else, something shorter, something bespoke. Probably Kleinerblumer.
Now, as far as I know, this guy, officer, never turns around, so you can just get up behind him and grab
This place is too
the...
big to be
Oh,
just
this must be the
alongside.
final
Whatever they'd been doing here
classified
can't
document.
be good. Need to put a stop to it.
All right, now, as you can see, we're now at 18 out of 19, so that's all the documents picked up, and we only have a Stone Eagle to do, and that's towards the end of the level. So I'll go ahead and show you here that all we need is a Stone Eagle left, and then we have completed all the collectibles in mission number 7. There are a total of 8 missions, and I believe the 9th mission is a DLC that costs money. I didn't pay for this game because I'm using the Xbox PC Game Pass for it. If you guys want to see the DLC, let me know. I mean, it costs like $8 or something like that. I'm just trying to be smart, you know, with how I spend my money. If you want to see it, let me know, if there's enough people that want to watch it, because I don't think I could do a video on that will make enough money for that. So just let me know if enough people want it.
What the? We got it all wrong. Kleinebloom was just a part of the super weapon project. This map. Oh, this is everywhere the Allies could land in France. And what will be waiting for them? Zugwerfers. 5 heavily armored rocket-launching trains, all armed with the deadliest nerve agent known to man.
All right, so we're coming up on the final section. So at this point, this last objective that you need to do once you come outside, I mean, it might look like you still have more to do inside here, but you don't. You're good to go. You've already done everything you need to do. You already had the officer to get into the room, and you saw the facility hatch there. So yeah, you could actually use that. It looks like you could use that facility hatch to get into the room as well without the key. But they'd have to do that from the house itself. Once this guard moves, we're going to grab the Eagle, and then all collectibles will be done. And then the final objective, which this level really expects you to go loud and proud here, because once you destroy what you need to destroy out here in this final objective, the alarm automatically goes off and all the enemies are aggroed. But we're still going to stealth it because that's what we do, folks. That's what we do. Don't expect anything else.
Bloody hell. One of the Zugwerfers is still here. This might be my only chance to take it out. Gonna need to be smart about this. My bullets would bounce right off that armor.
But I will say that the game doesn't expect you to do this, and it glitches out. So if you try to go to the left side, enemies just will not move, and they'll just stay there. You can distract them as many times as you want. It won't work. So there's only one way I was able to figure out how to get to how to exfiltrate without being seen, and I'll show you here. But you can't go to the left side after you've done the main objective. So grab the Stone Eagle here, and then that'll be all collectibles. And what I mean is, you know, when you destroy the big tank or the big train, everyone's aggroed. You know, you can make your way along the left side and continue towards the exfiltration point, but there comes a point when you're starting to get to the exfiltration point that all of a sudden the guards don't move, and doesn't matter if you distract them. They're kind of weird, because once it goes into this mode, which is the, you know, everyone's on alert, the alarm's going off. Don't worry, it's not an alarm you set, so you don't get charged for it. It's just no one sees you. You only get an alarm if someone sees you. You don't get an alarm because you blow something up. It's kind of weird that way. Even though there is going to be an alarm here, it will not be because of your character being seen, is what I'm trying to say. So come over here. We're going to place a satchel charge where I suppose if you want to maybe do this a little bit easier, you could light a fuse. But we're going to shoot it ourselves because we want to be in a better position, because this is how I know to escape. Get in there quickly and then get down and then crawl the rest of the way. The reason is there's a lot of guards that are looking this area, and they'll see you if you're not crawling. So just continue to crawl all the way until you get to the end. And then we're going to go back to the location we were just at, and then we're going to shoot the satchel, which will obviously cause the panic. Now, again, I tried to go to the left instead of going back into the right. And if you do that, you can make it all the way to the end. Except there's one location that guards are just standing there and they will not move. And I tried everything to get them to move. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous and funny how you could throw a bottle at their face and they're just posed looking in one direction. So we can't do that. So we have to go this way. And that's the way I was talking about. You go back behind there and then around to the right side, and then it'll lead to the exfiltration point, as well as the left side or the right side. So we're just trying to get back to a good location to shoot the satchel. And again, this is another reason why you might have a body or two found, because you destroy this thing. All right, it's time to shoot it, and then immediately I'll show you on the map where the exfiltration point is, and then we need to run, because you don't have a lot of time to get to where you need to go.
Optimal conditions here compared to any battlefield. How are we going to stop the other Zugwerfers?
All right, so at this point, everyone is aggroed. The exfiltration point, you can go all the way back through the game and go to one of those on the outside, which I doubt anybody will, unless you have more objectives you wanted to complete. But we're going to need to sprint, full-on sprint. Timing is very, very critical here. And then as soon as you get over here, make sure you're in between this thing right there, and then continue to sprint. And try to make it before anyone has a chance to see you, and hopefully you'll be able to make it. That's a really tough thing to do right there. I know it looks easy, but I assure you, it's not as easy as it looks. All right, so you can see now that we are located on the right side, and that we can take this back area straight to the exfiltration point. Make sure you get down. Make sure no one is still looking, because everyone is still putting their eyes towards there. There's a sniper. He's up in the tower, but he cannot see you from this angle. There's only one guy you need to worry about, and as soon as we cross this, make sure you get down into a crawl position, because he'll see you every time if you don't. And then once you get about here, look, make sure the sniper's not looking. Make sure the guy's not looking. As you can see, he's still looking straight. Continue to move to the right. Now, once you see me get through this little thing, and you'll see a bridge, and you'll see two guards next to a truck. If you were coming from that side, they never look away. So it doesn't matter what distractions you throw at them. They will never look in a different direction. Therefore, you cannot go from that side unless you take them out. See those guys there? So that's why we came this way. And we exfiltrated like a glove.
Mission fulfilled. While confirming the presence of the V1 launch site, we were again too late to intercept the Kleiner Blumer warheads, and Hawker uncovered the true crisis we now face. Zugwerfers. Heavily armored combat-ready Sonderzuger locomotives, equipped with the means to launch bespoke rocket-powered Kleiner Blumer warheads, loaded with what we can only hope are their last reserves of Kleiner Blumer. One alone could destroy D-Day. We believe the Germans possess 4. London has determined the most likely site the Zugwerfers will be dispatched from. One way or another, the end is nigh. It's time to put a stop to Kleiner Blumer and Special Committee C, once and for all.
All right, here are the results. 2 out of 2 optional objectives. Mission complete, lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels. Kill list, Hoffman Aldo Riese is done for via poison. No alarms raised. Bodies discovered is just 1, which is, I'll take that. Pretty good for blowing a bunch of stuff up. Detection score 12, not bad. 9 non-lethal kills, which doesn't make any sense. Kills, though, 9, obviously, because we had to take 3 normal, and the rest were blown up. And the kill list guy, too. So, things out of our hands. Enemy is unconscious, 2 KOs. You get the idea. I think I did that pretty well. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. I know we have one main final mission left, and I'll see you there. Don't forget to leave a like. Peace.